Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, live from Studio 630 in the burbs of Chicago. It is time now for another episode of Outside the Box. Outside the Box. With your hosts, Oz Osborne and Pee Wee Taylor.
Dark Side Embroidery, your one-stop shop for custom embroidery, hats, shirts, jackets, even backpacks, and everything that comes between. Remember, come to the dark side. We've got cookies. And we are live. Howdy, Mr. Pee Wee.
Hello. How are you, Oz?
I am good. For you guys, I am Oz.
And I'm Pee Wee.
He's Pee Wee, and we are going to the dark side because
they have cookies.
They have cookies.
Yep.
You know what? If they had tacos, we would already fucking be there.
Tacos.
Anyway,
Tacos.
Welcome back, guys. We got some stuff in store here. I know me and Pee Wee are really freaking excited.
Yes.
I know. I'd probably say we're more excited for the next couple that are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done a little things here, and we've come to a conclusion that we're listening to some of you guys. We know that we get a little long-winded, and today's cast we kind of 100 and what is it?
We did an hour and 20 plus minutes. Ran a little long. So the new move is we've decided we're gonna start splitting it up into two.
We're gonna do two. That way you can get. I had people that were saying, dude, I want one every week. All right?
That's how we can do it.
We're going to do it.
And it keeps them shorter, so that's a win-win.
So
that answers both
we
of those
are
complaints.
listening, people. We
are.
may grumble. We may bitch, but we're listening. Anyway. So, Pee Wee, what are you up to?
What am I up to? I got into World of Wheels. They didn't send me the paperwork yet, but my check went through, which means I'm in. Because if you're not in, they mail you your check back. So if they cashed it, that means it's good to go. So I got that. Car's going back together. I got to put the wheels back on, do some wiring, some quick plumbing, and put the plastics back in and put the headliner. Good to go. So I'm about ready.
I just realized something as
What?
I reached for my water, and we filmed the other part first, and we were pretty buzzed, I think, by the end of that.
Yeah.
And here I am in the beginning. And
We're drinking the water now.
We already had tacos. Anyway, sorry guys.
Yeah, we went a little backwards today.
We do things out of line, and it works good, but sometimes it's hard because now we got to get in a mindset, and now we got to say the stuff that I don't know. Anyway, but thanks.
That's how Hollywood does it. They film everything in reverse.
Yes.
They film the ending first.
Me, Oz. What am I doing? What have I done?
Yeah. What are you doing?
What have I done? I did some shit.
You put some stripes on this thing.
I gotta get pictures. If you guys are not on my Instagram, go to the thing, hit up my Instagram because you guys want to see stuff every day, every week or whatever and whatnot. Dude, I post stuff on there that's coming from me and what we do and that. So if you guys want to see it, you can see it up there. Right now, I've got the XB2 striped. I'm really happy with it. We did some flake.
Some flake.
Some shiny holographic flake.
Pinstripe.
Some pinstripe.
And it's smooth too. If you touch it, it's smooth.
It's nice. I'm really happy with it.
There's no bumpiness to it.
So I did that.
That's good.
I'm getting close to that. I got to turn that damn car around and work on the tailgate now. But
what are you doing to the tailgate?
We're going to put a Nightmare Before Christmas themed design on the gate.
Okay.
So.
Oh, so you're gonna put that underneath the clear?
Yeah, it'll be just like that. So, but we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a small thing on there. As for me, I haven't done anything else other than that. I did get. I don't know if you guys can see this.
You want me to go show them?
Nah, I'm gonna post a picture.
Okay. I was gonna say I'll go show them.
I got some True Spike lug nuts. I ordered these Black Friday, and I wanted the crowns. I think I've talked about it. I'll tell you, dude. I was really iffy on buying these because they're fucking expensive, but I'll tell you, these things are freaking nice. And
they're cool.
I'm really happy with them. I'll get some pictures out. You can see that on our Instagram as well.
I don't know if you probably can't see it, but
it's dark in here.
Oh no, well it's just across the room.
Yeah, that too.
That's the main issue.
That's that. That's about it. Other than that, I think I'll tell you real quick here for our podcast update. We want to thank the guys down at the Box Lifestyle. You guys hooked us up. You bought some products from us a while ago. We put that money in an account, kind of sat on it for a little bit, but we took that and we bought some editing software, which is what we're really excited about for our next cast.
Yes.
We think it's going to take us to the next level, and hopefully make it a lot more enjoyable for you guys, and maybe even a little easier to watch. We've got a lot of cool things, and we actually set out to do something a little different. We were going to film this with different audio and video tracks, and then put it together so that we could edit and put video up here so you guys could see it instead of looking on the TV. And Pee-wee said, well, let's not try to learn something new and then get new software and learn it again the next time. So we just went with it.
Yeah, like he had this idea. I'm like, I'm all about it, but I'm like, dude, let's just do what we know works. And then when we get the new software, I'm pretty excited about it too, because we get to run 2 cameras, right?
That software will allow us to do 2 cameras and a
mics.
separate audio tracks. Hopefully we'll be able to get the double mic going so the sound quality be a little better. And who knows what else. It's going to make it a lot more fancy.
It's going to streamline it and make it look like real professional.
Yeah. As professional as we can get 2 guys sitting in the garage drinking beer.
And what Oz has done is he has taken like the stock program you get like from your like newer style computers.
Yeah. This is a
and
Windows 10.
He's maxed out everything you can do with it. He has figured everything out, and I don't think there's any more tricks up in the program.
No, and it's going to be a lot more trick. It'll make it more like TV, and I'm like enjoying learning this, so it's all new to me. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. I do want to say thanks to everybody who helped us out, send us some messages, and all that advice and that we do listen. I was going to say something else, and I got into that. I can't remember what it was. Anyway.
It's gotten late on us.
Let's get back on the freaking program here. We got a package from Mr. Randode. Mr. Randode told me a couple days ago he was going to send us some shit. We've got some products here. Okay, I got the bumper tabs. All you guys, and we're going to do more on this. I'm not just going to post it. Here, look, you guys can see it. No, I'll do more. I'll post some pictures on the Instagram. You can look at that as well. This part, if you guys are on air, and
you gotta have it.
You gotta have this.
You gotta have it.
That bumper problem that you get when you air down, you push that bumper down on the ground and it flexes the bumper at the seam. This takes care of it right here. And not only are we going to show this product to you, we will be doing tech on it. We will showing you put it on. We will show you all that stuff. The only problem is the XP that we're doing on it doesn't have air right now. But we'll show you how it works. I also got the rear tabs for this to hold the rear bumper on, which this is tight. Now, one of the things I'm going to bring up about this is the back bumpers on the XBs sometimes can stick out a little bit. And the only problem you have with that is that it's a piece of plastic tab in there that's holding it in. The nice thing with this is you can bolt this in. Once you get it in, you can bend this if need be. You get a pair of pliers, bend it to get that bumper to sit perfectly tight. Get that show quality gap.
I know Dode said, I think he said something along the lines of if you take the bumper off, it's a lot easier. You can do it with the bumper on, but he said it's like it was a real pain.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to tell you, if you do it with the bumper on, you're going to flex the paint, you're going to crack it on that corner, and you're going to have other problems. It's
just take the bumper
two
off.
10 mil bolts at the top of the thing. You're going to take the corners loose with these bolts here, and then you've got a couple tabs on the bottom. It's not hard. Give you a freaking 20 minutes. You got it. But we will show you exactly how to do it. So pay attention in the upcoming episodes, and we're going to show you how to do this.
Sweet.
I'm happy. Thanks, Dode, because I've been wanting to put a Randode sticker on my car, and I didn't want to do it because
We
I'm
need
like,
it to warm up like 20 degrees.
I'm not on air. I don't have any of his products on here yet. Now I do, and we can put it on there, and we're going to continue pushing it. And we got to make him busy because he just said he's catching up on last year. So,
Oh, okay. Well, good.
thanks, Dode. I thank
Yep.
you for that, sir. We got to also thank a Gene Sears. We got your thing in.
Is that our first customer?
This is our first one.
All right.
We got a freaking sticker going out. So, Gene, I will get that out to you this week. I thank you very much. As for that, now we're going to get into a little thing that we're going to try to put this in a. We're going to come at you with a. Maybe you need to build us a bench here, and we'll just make it like Channel 5 News.
Okay.
Maybe then we need to get a blonde with a nice.
We know.
rack.
No. You gotta watch. Have you ever seen Telemundo?
Yes.
They got those real
think I'm going
good-looking weather women.
Yes.
They are. Oh man. Oof.
They can
Have
be.
you
doing,
seen them? Oh fuck! I don't even think they're real. I'm like, there's no way she's real. She's like a.
But anyway,
animation.
we're going to get into the news portion. So, let me go down here. Now I'm going to hit the right mouse this time. We're going to click over there. We got Mr. Mrs.
It's getting late, guys.
I'm sorry. Miss Crystal James and her XB. I've given her a lot of shit over the past couple of months. She came up with this really kick-ass rendering, and I'd seen some of the pictures that she had drawn up of the design before. This one blows it away.
That's fucking gangster, dude.
Dude,
that white with the pink's hot.
I would
pops.
run that, and I've seen the colors that she's using. I know she's going to put some flake in there.
I want to know who drew that.
I don't know.
I want them to do mine. I love the way that's styled and drawn.
It's definitely cool.
I mean, I know I've seen it before, but like
that's freehand. That's not freaking.
I know that's why I like it. It's you can tell it's hand done. But anyway,
I definitely like it. I've been giving her a lot of shit about getting it done, and we want her to get it done. I know she's going through some hard times and she's got some shit in her plate. I know we'll get through it, but we're still going to give you shit anyway. Just don't take it personal. We're just trying to keep you going. We want to see this. But you know what?
I mean,
you know what?
Now that I see
you know what?
Like,
you can give it right back to us because that thing hasn't moved in a while either. So.
No comment.
So we got that. Now, Mr. Steve Ball. I talked to Mr. Steve Ball. You might know him from our sponsor as Motive R Concepts. And oh wait, where'd my hat go?
It's right there.
Oh,
hiding.
Wardrobe change.
That thing's nice.
Now my chair's back.
What brand is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, but it looks nice either way.
It's a nice freaking hat, and it's green.
It is. It looks like it fits good.
We got that, but to get back to it, Mr. Steve, he is working on his rig. I know he was doing some wheel stuff. I didn't really.
Yeah, I saw he was swapping wheels.
I didn't see where it was going. I do like the ones he put on there.
I do like the wheels.
Those ones were tight. He's also, from what he was telling me, he's got a freaking old hatch that he got from Mr. Dustin Boone.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if it was on Minty or where he got it, but I think he bought an old car from him, and he's actually making it into a trailer. But he's taking the shaved gate and putting it on his XB as well.
Sweet.
So, and we were
that's a good use of recycling the parts.
Yeah.
The nice part is it bolts right in.
The cool thing is you get to see something taken from somebody else that's well known in the XB community, and you're keeping the parts.
Well, at least
alive.
It's not going to waste.
Right.
I'm glad to hear that. So that's cool.
So that's cool. I guess you had a conversation with.
Yeah, I had a really cool conversation with this guy named Michael Garcia. Yeah, he messaged me about my hatch. Interestingly enough, he's like, "Well, how did we go about doing it?" I'm like, "Well, when we did it, X, Y, and Z, and you got to use the sheet metal." And this guy has what's the release series with the gold? You don't give a shit.
I don't know.
But okay, so he's got a gold one. This guy's crazy. He's painting it blue. He's painted it voodoo blue.
That is the baddest fucking color.
I know. And I was like, you're crazy. He's like, why? He's like, I'm sick of the gold. I'm like, most people just don't do that. He's like, yeah, the blue will look good. I'm like, it will. Because it's weird because you'll see that the wrong color on a release body kit.
And this is kind of my thing, you know. I think it's gangster because all those guys out there.
He just doesn't care. He just
all those guys out there that are into the release series. Oh, you can't do that.
You can do whatever the fuck you
want.
It's
fucking cool.
Do whatever you want to your release series. Seriously, like
all you guys that got the gold ones now, the value just went up.
What about the guy who took the voodoo blue one and cut the whole roof off? That was pretty wild. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah,
it was in the calendar. That's pretty wild. Even
all of a sudden, I've seen it.
Even me, like, because I'm getting to a point where like I don't care either, and even I was like, whoa. That's extreme.
I'll tell you what though,
because that thing, those are hard to find because they have the sunroof.
It just fucking hit me because like that's the only second gen I like, and I went, wait a minute, I wouldn't have done that.
It's pretty ballsy that he did it, and then I think he painted it black.
Oh, I didn't know that. Anyway,
yeah, last time I saw it,
like
was
that
black.
shit.
But anyway, this guy is it's already bagged, and he's like cruising away. He's only had it for like he only started like a couple months ago, and he's like,
did you get any pictures?
No, he sent me a couple, but we'll
get them out. We'll get them up on the thing. We'll try to put.
He said he's gonna send me pictures when it's done because he sent me like under construction pictures.
Yeah.
So when it's done, we'll post them.
So another thing I'm going to bring up here just before we cut away and to do our interview is, as I told, I had a train wreck about it. Oh, dude, I did. I totally lost my train of thought.
Oops.
Pictures and stuff, guys, and all that stuff. Send us pictures of builds and stuff. I really need some build pictures of things. Keep us in the loop if you're doing big things. I'm sorry, guys, on the lower end. If you're changing wheels, it's cool, but it's not something we want to bring. This as the higher end.
I want to see cars that are blown apart.
And that's not to say that there's not any importance in that. It's hard for me to get people excited to watch a show over seeing somebody changing wheels, and we know you guys do it, but that's what the boards are for. But if you guys got something big like renderings or stuff like this, send me some messages and post it. Send Pee Wee a message.
Shoot it over.
If you're second gen people, talk to him.
Yeah, I'm the second gen guy. So.
But anyway, guys, yeah, we want to see what's going on. I know I had a couple of guys that sent me some stuff for shows and that. The information, you guys got to remember, we are like everywhere. We've got guys in Japan watching, and that we really need to know where it is. There was like a street address. I have no idea where it's at. I'm not going to forward that information. I apologize. But if you guys give me the information with street address and state for anything, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So I want to.
This show is too widespread to be that local listed.
And it's not to say I don't want to do that, but I can't sit here and say, hey, go to the show. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah. I second that.
So, I don't have a problem with all that, and I want to help everyone out in the community and that, but I have to really have some good information on that. So, anything else you want to add, Pee Wee, before we click on the...
No, I think we're ready to go. You ready to launch or what?
Can we get tacos again?
We just had tacos.
I'm getting hungry again. Maybe we'll just try to find some cookies.
Okay. We'll go to Dark Side.
All right, guys. We will see you in a minute. I will change my sweatshirt and see you in the next section. Outside the Box Video Podcast would like to thank our sponsor, Motive R Concepts. Steve Ball over at Motive R, the mastermind behind some of our t-shirt designs, can also do the same for you. Put your shirt or your car on a shirt, on a rendering, banners, or whatever else you can think of. If you don't have the artwork, hit him up as well, and he can design it up for you. He's done work for us and our club as well. So definitely hit up Steve over at Motive R. Look him up on Facebook, Motive R Concepts with a Z, not an S at the end. I made that mistake and couldn't find him, so definitely put the Z in there. Thanks a lot, Steve. and welcome to Drunk Interviews with Oz and Pee-wee. Pee-wee is my guest this week.
And Oz is my guest this week.
And we are going to interview ourselves.
Yes.
Along with some other people. We do have some very interesting questions that we had some people, we reached out to them had them do selfies for us.
They did selfie videos and sent it, so you get to see them, ask us, and we get to answer them.
Is that tape?
It is tape.
Why do you have tape on you?
The reason I have tape is because I work for a giant conglomerate corporation, and I don't think they need my promotion, and I don't think they want me to promote them. So it's a double-edged sword.
Maybe you should just change your shirt.
I should, but I don't feel like taking off my hoodie.
Okay. It is a little cold in here.
It's a little chilly. It's not bad because we got some heat. But
so we're going to start out with, I'll start with the first question. Pee-wee, for those people who don't know us, who is Pee-wee? Or do I mean
I
Kevin?
am a person in the mid-20s that lives in the Midwest that owns a modded out XB, and I go to shows, and I have a Monday through Friday work schedule, and I hang out with this guy on the weekends, and yeah.
And how did you get here?
I got here with my truck.
I don't mean like that, but how did you get to that? How did you get to know this area right here?
Well, this all started back, I was still stock at this point, and I met you at a show. I don't know how many people know this story, but I met you at a show, and then somehow you were putting some Hot Wheels up for sale. And I said, oh, yeah, I'll come down there and get them. And I kind of had an idea where you lived. And you sent me your address. I'm like, dude, you're like an hour and a half away from me. I'm like, holy shit. So I drove here, and I drove through probably the worst rainstorm I had ever seen. I get here, I'm hanging out with you and your current roommate at the time. And
oh my God.
we had a killer time. And then I went home, and I got back to where I got signal. Because there's no signal here. If you don't have Sprint.
Did we get tacos?
No, we didn't get tacos because it was late.
Oh.
I didn't get here until like 7. I got back to where I had signal. I had like 10 text messages, but everyone's like, where are you? Like, it was great. But yeah, and then the rest is history. And then we started hanging out. What were we doing? This is all like history now at this point.
It is. It is funny, you know.
It's been a long time.
You sit there and talk to Jim last week, and it was like you start to realize that how long it is. It was just 3 weekends ago. That's all it was in my head.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Time really flies.
It does.
And then what was the first project we worked on here that I brought something over?
Dude, my brain is not working today.
Because I think when we started really hanging out, you were hitting the Hot Wheels shows, and I went to one, and that's when I got into trouble.
Here's the crack pipe.
Here's the lighter. Here's the pipe. Here you go. And then, yeah.
So now I'm going to turn that question around on myself, just because I think people know my vehicles, but I don't know if you guys really know who I am. First off, my name is not Jim. I don't care what Facebook tells you.
You're Oz.
Only reason my name is not Oz on there is because I have to put my real name for my mail.
Oh, I remember that, because didn't they shut down your Facebook for like 2 or 3 weeks because you're like, that's not your name.
Yeah, I should probably do that again. But yeah, that's how that started. But
Facebook's gotten worse with that, though, with the whole.
But who am I? Damn, I don't even want to say my age.
You don't have to.
Let's just say I'm becoming that grumpy old guy at the car shows, and that'll probably explain why some of my posts.
He's the older guy at the car show, but he's not winga-dinga old. Winga-dinga-dinga-dinga-dinga-dinga shows.
Yeah, no.
He's not rolling up in a mid-90s Corvette pretending that he's like important.
I'm close.
He doesn't show up wearing jorts and New Balance shoes.
No.
He's not that old yet.
This is me.
He's hip.
Anyway, how did I get where I'm at? Well, let's see. In 1990, that'll put things in perspective for you guys. I graduated from high school. I moved to Florida. I came back, and I needed a car, so I bought a '87 Toyota pickup because my whole high school career, I was reading Mini Truck magazine, and I wanted a mini truck, so I bought my mini truck, my '87 Toy. I started going to school. I took classes at a local community college that was on body shop class, and it was kind of interesting because it was at night, so I'd go in there at night. I think I took 13 semesters of that class.
Oh wow.
I built 2 trucks in that class. And I learned pretty much everything. Well, I shouldn't say everything.
You learned the foundation of what you need to know.
So here, and I'll say this. What I learned in school was I learned how to manipulate different forms of media, whether it be fiberglass, plastic, metal, or paint. Once I've done that, I pretty much figured out the rest of it, and I'm not scared to do anything. But
no, clearly.
Since then, what have I done? Let's see. I don't think I've completed one fucking car. I will say that.
Define complete.
They drive, some of them. Well, that one. No.
That one was driving. But you went to the next step. You went to the next level.
And that's not to say I don't think anything's ever done, but I haven't really gotten to paint. Most of my stuff is still.
You've never had something finished.
Yeah. So I took the classes. I learned that. Bounced around a little bit. I worked for several custom shops. I worked for one where I worked for Clear Channel, which I'll say that. I don't know if you guys know what Clear Channel is. I'm sure you've seen all the monster trucks. I painted monster trucks for about a year for a company that worked for Clear Channel. I painted Gravedigger. I painted Maximum Destruction. I painted Blue Thunders. I painted all kinds of them.
That's pretty wild.
And that was airbrush work as well as paint, fiberglass repair, whatnot. I did that. I also did fiberglass. One of the coolest things I ever did is we actually had the mold to make the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle monster truck. So the monster truck body came in a freaking 55-gallon can and a spool of fiberglass, and I freaking sprayed the mold, rolled the shit in, and we made it. The coolest thing about it was I found one of the trucks that I painted in Sweden, which is a country I'll probably never get to.
I don't even know if they'll let me in.
Probably not.
They're real picky about who gets in.
They let my monster truck in. So, but that's it. Then after that, I kind of left there. I was asked to work for Clear Channel, which I didn't end up doing. I left. I worked through vinyl shops. I've done vinyl wraps. I've done all that, and then I started my own custom shop. I had that for about a year. I'll say this, if you're going to get into business with somebody, make sure you get into business with the right person and know who you're getting into business with, because after a year, we were about ready to kill each other. So ever since then, it's hard. It's hard to run a business because, and I'll tell you why I am where I am now. Because when I had my shop, anything that hit that door, I had to do to keep the lights on. Here, I don't have to.
Right.
I pick and choose what I want.
You get to say no.
And unfortunately, I get to pick my own schedule because it's hard because I do have to do stuff around the house and whatnot. So it's hard to get away from that. But
you have a life, and you have a job.
But I work full time at a body shop, and I work in the paint shop. And it makes it hard to come home and freaking want to paint a car at home too sometimes.
I can imagine.
But that's pretty much me. I've done shows since I bought my first truck in 1990. I've gone to Texas, Florida. I've been all over. I have not been to California. There's a lot of them I haven't done yet. I am starting to want to get out on that more.
I'm more interested in the out-of-state shows at this point. I feel like I've hit all the shows in Illinois. I mean, I travel. Me and you travel now. We go to Indiana a bunch. We've gone to Texas and other states. But I really like the drive.
Dude, I'll tell you what does it for me and what I miss. It is the drive. It was cool as hell to go to Texas with you. was cool as hell to go to Texas with freaking Brian from Dark Side. And I tell you, dude, I miss it.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's
I
like
love it.
Everybody's talking about LST right now, and I'm going, dude, I want to fucking go. And it's not necessarily. I don't Jones for the show, but don't get me wrong, the show is kick ass. It's about getting there, and that's the best part.
The journey is the destination.
It is.
You know,
it's something about at fucking 6 a.m. You're both fucking wiping the eye boogers out of your eyes because you've been driving all fucking night. You pull into a fucking gas station. You're eating fucking crap food from the fucking Subway for breakfast. But you know what? It's fucking awesome.
Oh, dude, the whole being on the road. And when we went to Texas, that was the furthest I've ever driven a car. I mean, I've been on family trips to Florida in a car, but I wasn't even old enough to drive. But that was like the furthest I've ever driven a car. And we did that in one day. That was intense.
Dude,
that was a lot of driving. They say 16 hours, you hit rain. You hit traffic, you have to stop. And when you travel with people, no matter how good your people are,
you got to stop.
You end up having to stop a little bit more, you know. Somebody's got to pee, somebody gets a flat tire, you got to get gas, you know.
But that's all part of the experience. It's like Brian, when we went the first year, his freaking truck broke down. We ended up spending like 3 or 4 hours in a Firestone. But you know what? It sucked when we were there because we're like, dude, I want to get to the show. Now it kicks ass because it was part of the experience. Story. It was part of the experience.
Half the other fun is getting out and stopping places and just seeing weird stuff, meeting people.
The best part is the reactions to people when you pull into a small gas station
in the middle of nowhere,
and people are like, "Dude, what is that?"
It's the best.
And that's what I kind of touched on a little bit last time when we were talking. Dude, it's not about the cars. It is to a certain extent, but it's not. It's about the people, man. It really is.
I just had a flashback to LST. I remember we pulled into some gas station, and I think where we were not in like a great area. And Brian hit the dumps, and it like popped.
And
this lady flipped out and ducked. She thought somebody was shooting. I felt bad, but I was dying. Dude. I was cracking up.
And dude,
but it's stuff like that you remember. It's like, you know what I mean?
Well, and our trip was great, but I'll tell you, the first time I went was Brian and me were in his S10. Now, we made a rule, and we kind of softened it a little bit. The rule is if you got a sliding rag top and you're driving that car, that sliding rag top better be fucking open, okay? And Brian, I drive, 2 hours to his house from here, right? I drive my daily. I get down there. He's got the freaking top open. We get in the car. What was it? When is that? It's February, right? February. Yeah. We're in Illinois. What's the temperature right now, Pee Wee? About 14?
Right now, it might be 20, but yeah, it's below 20 degrees above.
Okay, so that gives you a time or an idea. We're driving. I don't think it was till maybe we were an hour or two into the trip, and I said, dude, you want to turn the heat on? He goes, I don't have any heat.
I remember you told me that. You're like, yeah, so I just found out that the Hombre doesn't have any heat.
So we're driving, right? We drove from here, I think it was Oklahoma, in the middle of the night. It had to been like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Ugh.
And I was asleep. I wake up and Brian's trying to pull the rag top closed. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, it's cold. I'm like, yeah, close that bitch.
I figured out the threshold for the coldest temp I can drive with the top open is like 30.
Which was
that's it. I mean, because I figured out I can roll up the front windows. I can even go below that, but you got to be dressed. Because what happens is if you have a car with a rag top, the air blows in and circulates underneath you. So like your back of your legs get cold. I didn't know that.
I did that in the Raylan box last year when I went to do a photo shoot before Christmas.
Remember that.
And dude, the backs of my legs are the only thing that was cold. I have heat in that, but it was still cold. But now here's the idea. Okay, I'm gonna go into this story because this is the best part and probably one of my favorite things. And I got to get my blanket
this is like
down to Brian just to freaking do some shit for me because all right. So we're on our way back. That's when it was getting cold. We're in Texas. I don't know where we were. It was probably about 5 a.m. We roll into a freaking truck stop. I'm freezing because on my side, he's got the blower. The blower box is gone, so the air is coming in. And it wasn't apparent till now. So here it is. I'm freezing. And I walk into this freaking truck stop. It's like, 5 a.m. I walk in and I'm like, I'm getting a blanket. I freaking grab this blanket. I put it up on the freaking counter. The lady goes, "That's $60. Did you still want it?" I'm like, "Yes."
And the funny thing is it's not like a blanket that should cost $60. But I will say I crashed on the couch a bunch and like it's warm.
Dude, that is the best fucking blanket. I am
so impressed with how decent that blanket is. Like it's not a bad blanket. No. I just don't think you should have paid $60. No. But
so that'll give you an idea where we started. Now we're going to start into some of these others, and then we're going to fill in the blanks a little bit.
Oh, so, you know what, though? Before we get into that, you went a little more in depth than I did. Yeah, I also did auto body school, too. And I didn't do it as long as you did, but I did learn a solid amount in there. And once again, it's like you don't learn everything, but you learn the ground foundation of what you need to know.
And that's something I'll bring up for anybody that's out there, and you do want to get into this, all right? You see these companies for Wyotech and all the other.
Fun fact: Wyotech's out of business.
I did know that now, but
it's those places, ITT and Lincoln Tech, and.
But I'm going to tell you what. I used to sit there and listen to the Lincoln Tech ads and whatnot, and they'd say, "Oh, come in, listen." The best way to learn anything, because I went to the one school that I went to. How I learned everything was I walked in with a mini truck magazine. I said, "Don, how do I do this?" And he taught me how to do it.
It takes one good teacher to like.
And that's it. And I thank Don Bolden for that. I'm sure he's not going to ever hear this or see this, but I appreciate that, Don.
Shout out.
But that's it. Those things don't teach you anything. They teach you an overview, and that's it. You don't get it until you hit the shop. The way to learn in a body shop is to freaking get a job, pushing the broom, get a job washing the cars, and go from there.
I agree with that.
So now we'll stop on that. We're going to get into this. Willie Dixon, I asked him to do the video. He didn't get it back to us in time, so I'm going to go ahead and have his questions here. And Pee-wee, he's asking us, what was your first car?
My first car was a 2001 Ford Taurus SEL fully loaded. And I bought it from my kindergarten teacher.
Dude, that's funny.
Isn't that crazy? I love that car.
There is always something about your first car, because I'll tell you, mine was a 77 Toyota Corolla wagon. And
the funny thing is, now, back then, it's like a Corolla. Now, there's like people who would kill that.
Dude, I've seen a show when, oh my God, I love that car. And that's anybody's first car. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a Yugo, and you're like, oh, that was my first car. It's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. That's how that goes.
Now, he says, what's your favorite personal build? Is this meaning towards anybody else?
No, this is like what you've built.
What I built?
Yeah.
Dude, I like everything I do. And what I do is I always try to push the boundaries of everything. And the problem I've done, and you guys don't, many of you guys don't know this. You know Raylan Box, you may know Das Creature, but you don't know that in the other garage over there, I've got an 87 Toyota, I've got a 92 Toyota pickup, and the 87's a pickup too, and then I've got a 95 Mitsubishi Eclipse. Those are all vehicles that I haven't given up on them. My family's always like, dude, why don't you get rid of that shit?
They're all still here.
Dude, there's going to be a day that I'm going to do it. The Eclipse is now my daughter's car. That car was on cover of J.C. Whitney Sport Compacts probably freaking close to 20 years now. Oh my God.
It's been 20. Oh,
it's old, dude.
95.
But
yeah,
it's old, but it's hard to say that I have any favorite build. I will say probably Raylan Box, just because I'll tell you, I didn't expect it to be what it is today.
I mean, I've watched it progress violently even in the short time, because I met you right after you body dropped it. And even since then, there's been a lot of big changes. And it's hard for me now because I haven't worked on it, but I'm trying to get caught up on some other things. But my thing is that I don't want Raylan Box to be like those in the other garage and end up. It won't. I won't let you do that, so you don't have to worry about it.
Especially now that I got Das Creature, because I'm stopping myself from taking the air right off of this and putting it on there, because I want.
Yes, but I want to play devil's advocate with that, because like those coilovers are not good.
Well,
and you've already wrecked a front bumper. Putting that on air is basically going to be doing that car a favor.
Well, it's going to happen,
You know
but
what
my
I
thing
mean?
is I'm not going to have it so that this doesn't have it, because as soon as I don't have it and
That
I fall on hard
that
times,
I agree with.
you don't got it, and that's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
I got to say
All right.
it's definitely railing box, but I love all my creations, and I'll share some pictures on my Instagram if you guys want to see. I know it's kind of hard, and next time we do this, we're going to be able to post these pictures up so you'll see them. So, but yeah. Definitely railing box has got to be it.
Yeah. I mean, I love your 87 though.
I do too.
You look at it now and you can tell it's a little dated and it needs to be worked on, but
yeah, but
I still like it.
That car is getting so old that like if I rolled it out now, it'd be like retro and everybody think it's
no,
cool
because
again.
everybody now is into 90s builds, so
Yeah.
the timing on it would be it's now it's not it's no longer. Here's the thing: if you have an 80s or an early 90s mini truck, you're not dated anymore. You're throwback, and it's cool again.
That means I'm old.
You're not old. I don't think you're old.
But the 87 is what I learned on. I took most of those times.
And it looks good still.
Most of the time that I took in school was building that vehicle, and it's not done, but it could have been several times.
It's not far off. I mean,
Well,
obviously, mechanically, it needs
as you
X, Y,
build
and Z.
things, you expand on your skill set, and it just gets better and better. And I'll tell you now, I'm far from perfect, but where railing box is now, to take what I've learned on that and put it back into that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm waiting for, is for that to be done, because I have visions in my head of every vehicle I own. And at the time, maybe I've just given up the fact that I can't get to that just yet.
See, that's like my XB. My attitude of what it is and what it is going to be and what I wanted it to be have changed in the 6 years I've owned it. When I bought that car, I thought that was going to be the daily and I was going to have something else, and that's not how that happened.
No, and that's the
It's
best
just
part.
not.
And I don't see how that is. Like Joe, for instance, the guy in Sunset, Illinois with the Civic. Amazing car, but he's like, it's not what I want.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can do that.
Well, once again, I think he was in the same spot. He bought that as a commuter car. And he was dumped on coilovers, and then he bagged it, and then he wanted to do more, and I think he really wants something else.
I wanted something else, and I still do. When I bought my XB, I wanted a Chrysler 300, and I still want a Chrysler 300.
You know, it's funny, like, I was the same way, and I think I'm kind of like that now, but it will never be like I'm going to get rid of my XB or like put it on a back burner to do something else at this point in my life.
No, and there's definitely something about that. It stole my heart.
I believe you can have more than one show car.
Yeah.
Can most people afford that? Probably not. Some people can. Bless them.
Hey,
but I don't want it. I would like to have,
It's like the XA. If you want to bag that and you want to body that, you do it.
For now.
Maybe not now, but maybe put it on the side, because like those vehicles I got over there, they ain't costing me anything.
No, they're paid off and they're just chilling in the garage. I mean, the XA though, at this point right now, it's a commuter and I want to bag it. I got to sort out a couple things with it and get some money together, and
well, it'll happen.
Because I feel like I have enough parts and spare everything laying around that I could bag it and it wouldn't be that expensive. You know what I mean?
And I think it's a good thing for you. But the thing is if it happens and you don't want to do it, the money's not there or whatever, just put it away. And that's what I don't get with these guys now, parting shit out and giving up.
I don't know, because I think we have a different attitude towards that than some people. Maybe some people just don't. I don't know. I think we brought this up, but I don't know. I don't see myself doing it. I couldn't take my parts off and just get rid of all of them. I mean, even if I really wanted to build something, I don't think I could go through the process, because I was like, oh, I wonder if I undid everything I did. First of all, I couldn't. But it would take weeks, because I forget how much I've done. I'm like, oh, I'd have to take that out and swap this out and put this back in and change that over and repaint that. I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm ever going to do this.
Well, and that's my vision. And I was going to bring this up on something else, but I'll just say it here because I don't know if we're going to get back to that or not at some point I want to get into custom terminology, but the word custom to me, it's not custom if it goes back.
I agree. My car can't go back. It's getting to a point where it can't go back, and there's certain things done that will not go back ever.
And I'll say that. That's just me. That's my personal take because of where I'm at.
I think you're right.
I would agree.
I think you're right.
I think the terminology has changed over the time, but I think a lot of it has
custom
to do...
is a usually used term.
It is, and I think it's been bastardized because of the fact that company, like stuff like
stuff you can just buy and bolt
SEMA is like making it so you can buy it and be custom, and that's what they're trying to sell. But I think the true terminology of it is it doesn't go back if it's custom.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next question. The last one we got from Will, and Will, thank you very much. I apologize that we wanted to get going on the video cast, and hopefully everything's fine on your end. But you didn't get around to it. That's cool. We get it. We'll get to it. But if you could build a team of builders, who would it be and why?
I think I have this figured. Do I have this figured out? I don't know if I have this figured out.
That's an interesting
It depends
concept.
what are you trying to build?
Well, let me say how I'm going to answer this. Okay, who would you pick in the XB world, and then who would you pick in the world? You can do it two different ways, because that's how I'm going to answer it.
That's probably a better way to answer, because his question says if you were going to build an XB. I think he's talking about XB people, but I think we should answer that both ways.
I'm going to do it both ways.
I want to answer it both ways. Well, obviously you, because we've already done stuff up to this point.
You better fucking say that.
It's going to obvious. No shit. I'm trying to think who else. I think Rake would be good for doing interior. Because I like wood too. I know some people don't. I don't even know. Like, I think I'd have Will. He's like good with the mechanical stuff.
Will is fucking amazing.
Anything mechanical, he seems to be the guy to talk to. I'd like to do something with Greg Stoddard.
I don't think I know him.
If you've seen if you saw the car, you'd know it. He's pretty in tune with like the XBs. I'm trying to think who else. How about Dode? Why not Dode? I don't
even have to mention Dode.
Dode probably wouldn't want to do it.
I think if Dode and I met, I think the world's going to implode.
Something's going to happen if you two meet. I don't know, but I'm sure there's people I would work with. I just don't. I can't. All right. That's a real on the spot question.
Let me do it a little bit here, because I'll answer this side of the XB world, and you think about where you want to be with the other world. So XB world, definitely Dode. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, I think the world would implode if we got together in one thing, and I'm hoping that happens soon, especially around the time of cruising to the Pines. Hopefully we'll make that happen. But
I gotta switch some vacations.
But anyway, other than that, dude, there's a lot of people that I really respect in this that I would love to have around. Yeah. Jimmy.
Jimmy. Yeah.
And of course, I'm drawing a blank. Will, obviously, dude. You're one of the people that I look up to the most, and just the fact that your vehicle is so clean, and that's something I aspire to. Let's see. Of course, everybody's name is like escaping me. The guy with Jonathan Larson, I believe his name. Dude,
that's another one I was about to mention. I'm blanking here.
Jonathan Larson. I think if you got, I know for a fact, if you got me, him, and Rando together, they would just hand us crowns and be like, yeah. I mean,
well, he's done what I want to do, so I would love to work with that guy.
I like Travis Rake too. I like to see what he's doing. Unfortunately, his style and my style are completely different.
Yeah, you can't. I can't deny you that. So,
I think that's about it. I think that
answers that question. Who do you want to work with, like outside of XB World?
Outside of XB World?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, dude. There's only one person I really want to work with. Is Jesse James.
I was gonna mention Jesse James too.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, whether you guys know it or not, because I follow his thing, Monster Garage is coming back.
Yeah, I think I heard. Is that rumored or is that true?
No, he is working with trying to get it on. He does not want to work with Discovery Channel.
Yeah, didn't he have a lot of issues with Discovery?
But
I'm excited because I loved Monster Garage. It's like one of the best car shows you can watch.
He did a thing, and I don't have my keys around here. He did a thing about freaking 3-4 years ago where he had a tool that was like turning 100 years old, and how he wanted to do it to have the 100th year birthday of this thing, because it had the date stamped on it, was he was making keychains, and he made them all on this freaking thing. And it wasn't
that keychain. Is that what the deal is with that keychain? I didn't know that much about it.
Now, the coolest part about it was he made 2 that were polished. The polished ones were sent out just as random, and whoever got the polished ones were to get back to him. They got a trip to his shop and to work with him.
Dude, that's cool.
Now, not only is Monster Garage coming back, he's doing the same thing with the keychains again.
Dude, that's pretty sweet.
So,
well, you know what else he does too? I don't know, for people who don't follow him, he makes guns.
He makes guns.
And they are fucking sick.
Cutlery, firearms, freaking ammunition. Dude makes everything. And he tries to be well-rounded. I've seen, he had another show that was like something about...
He still does bikes too.
Yeah. Well, West Coast Choppers is coming back, and that's why he's doing the keychain thing. But I lost track of mind. He was doing another show where he was actually in a woodworking shop, and it was pretty cool because he wants to learn all that. The one of the best ones was there's a show, and
you can come swing over by my shop. I'll show him all kinds of cool.
I think there's a thing I found it on YouTube, I believe, where it was him talking to, or he went to Iraq or something, Iran, and was learning how to become a freaking blacksmith. It was pretty cool. But for me, Jesse James would be the ultimate for that. There's a lot of other guys out there that I look up to.
How about mini truck people?
Mini truck people?
Yeah.
To be honest, I really liked Extensive, but I'm starting to not.
I'm not gonna talk bad about Extensive because they do really cool work. You can go online. There's stories X, Y, and Z.
Well, let's not get into that.
Yeah, but that might be interesting. What about Big Daddy Roth though?
If he was alive, fuck.
Yeah, say he's alive. If you anybody.
If you were gonna take that and you wanted to say who are my major influences on anything, it's Ed Roth and Von Dutch.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know who that is, you really should look into it, because there's a movie that's Tales of a Ratfink. Look it up, dude. It's amazing.
It's real good.
You can't imagine how a hot rodder guy changed the history of everything.
Dude, that guy changed the way people work on cars.
Yeah. Well, he is the ultimate guy for custom cars, because he was basically the one that stopped taking parts from something and just started fabricating. And it's sad to see that, nowadays that it's gotten him back away from that, and it's all about selling the shit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But that's one of the things I'm big on, and I'll throw this out there. I know the history of hot rodding from how it started, from World War II and all the way up to Ed Roth and today. I know a lot of Japanese car culture as far as Bazazuka, how that started. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of that because I want to know, and all that stuff. There really should be a show somewhere put out there that is the history of and evolution of custom cars.
Well, even a lot of lowrider culture stems from hot rod culture. Like the early days of lowriding comes from hot rod culture, and mini trucking too. A lot of mini trucking is based off of.
Well, look at it like this. If you look at hot rodding, then you saw the lead sleds, the guys with the 50 Mercs, right? Well, the 50 Merc guys, the 50 Merc guys is where the freaking lowrider guys came from, because they took the lead sleds and took it a little bit further. Okay. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the mini truck guys. We saw some of the lowrider culture. We came from that. And then, we had some of the hot rod stuff and whatnot, but we looked at cars that were like super expensive. We got handed a freaking Ford Escort or a freaking Toyota mini truck from our parents. And we're like, dude, we got to make this cool. And that's how it started. Same with the whole import thing. The whole import thing really started from mini trucks. And I don't think people understand that, because
the whole stance thing did for sure.
Import started from mini trucks, because there was guys that didn't get a truck that got a Ford Escort, or what was a Nissan Pulsar, or something like that, and they
or
put
a Cavalier
Right.
or a Beretta or anything.
and you did some of the mini truck stuff or even lowrider stuff, and those
Slammed it, chrome wheels and trivals.
those intermingled, and then finally at some point somebody's like, dude, we're gonna start making this shit fast, and then it just kind of split and went. But I think a lot of imported mini truck stuff runs hand in hand. But anyway.
I don't know if it's like that. In the early 2000s, yeah, it was totally like that because they were intertwined. It ain't like that anymore.
No, everything splits off. But all right, so we're already about half an hour into here, so we're gonna
keep on moving along.
We're gonna go to the next portion where we've got some audio and video from some people like Mr. Travis Rick.
Do you guys think that Gen 2 XB will ever get the credit it deserves? Oz, this one's really not for you. Simply because, I don't know what you're going to say. But anyway, yeah, do you guys feel that Gen 2 is ever going to get the credit it deserves? Because at the end of the day, it really is a good platform. It really is modifiable.
Hey, careful!
Whoa.
It's extremely modifiable.
What happened?
It does look good. It doesn't carry the same square lines that the original XB had. I get it. But, it has its place, I feel like. And, I don't know, I just want to see what your guys' opinion on that was.
All right, baby.
All right, so this sounds like a me question. I think no. I don't think they will. Most first-gen people will never... Yeah, I'm out of... You want to grab me one too while you're at it? Most first-gen people will poo-poo a second-gen. That's fine. I think there's a few people who have second-gens that are acknowledged when they bring them out, and people do like them. I have people that don't like XBs tell me that they like my XB, but I think overall, I don't know if it's really going to, I don't think it's going to gain popularity or respect or anything. But I think 20 years into the future, there's going to be some type of desire for them.
Let me answer this a little bit. I think that the big reason that the second gen doesn't get the credit that some of you guys think it should deserve. I don't really, and I'll just be honest, dude. I don't care for them that much.
Most people think they're ugly.
But here's my point: the XB came out. It was weird. Everything freaking, It didn't fit the mold.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like it, okay? The second gen came out, and they kind of just said, all right, well, we need to kind of blur the lines, make this kind of fit in a little bit. And I think...
That's not why.
I know, but I think that... I'm big on styling.
I think they cut the first gen short. It was short-lived, and that's why people are pissed off with the second gen. People are pissed off because the second gen went from 08 to 15, and the first gen only went from 03 to 6.5. There was a shorter run of them, but the first gen sold better.
Yeah, well, but that's it. I think it's the uniqueness that got it that.
I agree. I still want a first gen.
And I think that's why it gets the more credit because, it's
a little more sought
I'm sorry, it's a redheaded stepchild. It really is. Because
it really was.
It was like, if they had changed it a little bit and made, but, it really...
They really took away what made the first gen super weird.
And that's why I say they kind of blurred the lines. So I think that answers it, but I don't know.
Maybe all the second gen people ought to just step it up and make it that way.
I don't know. Let's see what we got next. I
did the right button.
I got it.
Okay.
We all have a favorite vehicle that we want. Mine is a 55 Chevrolet that would be bagged. What is y'all's?
Okay. You want to take that first?
You want me to?
Yeah, I want you to take that one first.
You
need a minute?
It's hard for me to even...
Dude, I need 5. I don't know if I can handle one.
No, make it one. Think about it for a minute. Fuck. For me, if I was to get any vehicle in this planet, I'll tell you right now, the only thing I could really think of I don't know. That's a hard-ass question.
One is not enough. I need 4.
I'll say this.
Minimum.
I'll say this.
One from each category.
I pretty much have everything that I really, really want. Okay? Because for me, the vehicles I own are things that I sought after. There is one, a Mitsubishi Conquest, Mitsubishi Starion,
Chrysler. It's the Chrysler Conquest. Yeah.
That is a vehicle that I would love to have.
Those are cool.
And
that's not even that like expensive. It's not like a hard vehicle to find. I mean,
I can get it for $5,000. I've seen them. Another one I would really be sought after would be early 80 Toyotas pickups.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
I'm not. Well, let me rephrase that. Okay, and this may be surprising to some of you. My dream car of all dream cars, 1968 Dodge Charger.
Yeah, I knew that, but yeah.
Plum crazy. Black RT stripes.
So you don't have like a favorite that you absolutely like just dream about at night?
No.
I don't think
the stuff that I dream about
is like shit you already have.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is with the XB for me, it's something I wanted since I saw one. I'm like, I gotta have one of these things, and I got it, and that's a pretty, like, it's a satisfying feeling. And now it's not like I'm like, I want a Ferrari or I want something.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I want a Ferrari.
Dude, I want an F40. I'm not going to lie.
But if I was...
I don't dream about an F40, though. I'm not like... That's like my absolute dream car.
No, but I'll tell you, me is a 68 Charger. I'm watching the freaking Barrett Jackson, seeing him going across the thing for $100,000 going, I'm never going to have one. Ferraris are already over $100,000, but I don't care as much, So
I'm going to rattle off something I would really, really enjoy owning. I want a 64 Ford Econoline. I'm really into the Econolines.
I do like it.
They're just so pretty.
We've always been into the van thing. But
it's weird because most people won't acknowledge a van.
And I'll go the other way. I go the A100s.
Well, you get your A100, and I'll get the Econoline, and we'll just battle it out forever.
Okay.
But the A100's a really pretty car too.
Drives.
I already have the truck I want, and it's in 2-wheel drive, so it's ready to accommodate my desires. I already have the XB.
So, all right. I guess.
Yeah, I think that answers that question.
We'll go on to next. What we got?
Terminal beats.
Wicked Knobs is not just knobs anymore. Not only do we continue to offer custom painted shift knobs made to fit your ride, we also do custom Hot Wheels, custom skateboards, and anything else that'll sit around long enough for us to put paint on. Our products have been seen at SEMA, Oakland Roadster Show, in Mini Truck Magazine, and Truckin' Magazine, as well as countless other shows and publications all over the country. Look us up on Facebook and Instagram, #WickedKnobs. All right, guys. That was part 1 of our 2-part interview where we interview ourselves.
With help from guests.
With help from guests. God, I feel like a freaking egomaniac after that.
Yeah, well, somebody had to do it, so.
Yeah, but we wanted to let you guys know who we were. I don't know if everybody knows it, but...
I think more people know who you are than me.
Who are you? Oh, wait, I gotta watch the video.
You gotta watch the video. But you also have a very much larger following than I do. But, I don't know, I don't know, I keep getting more followers every week, so...
So we want to thank you guys for sitting through that. stay tuned because there is another section, a good meaty helping of me and Pee Wee talking in the garage.
We gave it to you in two courses.
So, and this is to go, like we said, we're going to bring this up as hopefully we'll give you one a week from that. And then we've got even more. We've got more.
But wait,
there's more.
The Ron Popeil approach.
So, in doing that, I'm going to click on the right mouse now, and I'm going to say, I don't know if you guys know this vehicle. This is Mr. Rich Waterman from All Time Low Magazine. We have talked to Rich. I have to get a hold of him, and I'm going to give him another. We got 2 weeks. I'm going to do it tomorrow, so we give him as much time.
That'll be awesome.
And these are going to be our upcoming guests that we've got. We've got Rich from All Time Low Magazine. I did talk to him. It'd be really great to have him on.
He's gonna be interesting.
I'm going to tell you though, right now I'm already nervous to talk to him because I've already put him on that mini truck pedestal.
Oh, dude, I've talked to him in person. I've met him.
He's definitely a cool guy.
He's a very mellow dude. He's cool.
But the thing is like All Time Low Magazine has now become Mini Trucking Magazine, and Mini Truck Magazine was the Mini Truck Bible. So
I still read them from here and there. I go back and
dude, I still love it. I need to dig him out. Then we've got another person that you guys might know. We talk about him quite often. Mr. Steve Ball himself from Motivar Concepts. We've got him coming on. We're going to sit down and talk to him. This guy it's great. And I want to bring this up with him as well as all of our sponsors. The people that we have, we're not selling fleshlights like on the early freaking Rogan show. I don't know if you guys have watched that. It's pretty hilarious.
Was he selling fleshlights?
Fuck yeah, it was his first sponsor. Dude.
Oh God, can you imagine? Well, okay, but you know what though? You got to remember he was the host from Fear Factor.
I know, but also
when he started that podcast.
But listen to this. He would like go here, check this out, and he hands him a fleshlight. Are you gonna grab a fleshlight that you don't know?
The answer's no. That's fucking hilarious. I did not. I learned something new today.
If you watch the early ones, and then he goes, nobody's had sex with.
He's also had like thousands of them at this point, right?
But anyway, we're not trying to sell you Casper mattresses or the My Pillow. These guys, Mr. Steve Ball, Mr. Randode, Rich over at Box Lifestyle, and it's Rich, right? Not Rick. I get Rich and Rick mixed up. The guys at
blanks here.
We got the guys at Box Lifestyle. We love you guys.
These are all XB oriented businesses. These are
people within the community. And you know, I know you guys. I hate sitting through ads, but at least it's something that you guys can see that it's people in our genre here that are trying to sell some products, and it's nice that we're getting support. So we thank you guys very much. But we're going to bring Mr. Steve on as well to talk about some of his contributions. I know he is the man to go to for, shirts like this one I got
shirts,
on here.
Hats, and
whatnot. And we're going to talk to him about his XB. And I believe his wife's involved in it because he said that she was all excited because we got her car in the last intro, which was cool.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
sweet.
We like that.
Yeah.
Who else we got here, Mr. Pee Wee? We've got some, and this is another person I'm really excited to talk to. I really don't know much about her. Jamie Stavert. You guys may be familiar with this thing.
It's pretty.
Dude, I'm going to tell you. This one is like, okay,
I love those.
We got
videos.
Will right here.
Yeah.
We got her like right here.
What's funny is I just sent her a friend request right before we hit the start button. Yeah,
dude, this thing's.
She popped up on my thing, and I'm like, oh
and
yeah.
I say it like this is a bad thing, but this was
real. It's yeah.
But this is how it was for the calendar. It was like she was down here, and then I was here, and then she was like.
Yeah, but that green though. Yeah, that's
cool. This cool thing is, it's cool to have a chick on here, and not only that. This is a chick build. She says that she built this thing, and that to me is cool. So we're gonna have Jamie on. We're gonna get to know her a little bit because I think I've been friends with her for some time, and I did not realize it was a girl. I just saw Jamie and assumed it was a guy. So I apologize.
Well, I don't click on.
I was sexist
when
in that remark.
go and like inspect their profile picture to go look at them. I just take what doesn't really matter to me whether they're male or female when people post. So
we're gonna have Jamie on.
Yeah.
And then we've got another thing I want to bring up, and we're going to have an old friend of ours on, and I'm clicking the wrong mouse. It's still recording, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember this. Mr. Jeff.
That's a better picture.
How do you pronounce Jeff's last name? I've never said it.
Maggery.
Jeff!
I probably fucked that up too.
Anyway, we're going to have Jeff on. Jeff's been out of the XB world for a little while, but the thing that he has done is pictures. And this is one of the things that I want to bring up. And we're going to do a tech thing on taking pictures because I see a lot of people out there, and I know we all want to share our XBs, and I see lots of pictures on there.
I don't want to say most. A lot of pictures suck. I'm just going to say it. People like pick lame backgrounds and bad angles, and what we want to do is we want to give you like the good pointers to just make like a good looking
We want to
picture.
give you some pointers and some help to make your picture stand out, so that maybe if you're feeling like, dude, those assholes don't ever pick my picture to put in the intro, then maybe it'll help you out.
I've had a lot of pictures that I took that weren't good, and then I started taking better pictures.
I take a lot of pictures that aren't good, but my secret is this: take a shitload of pictures and at least one or two of them be good.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
So that's what we got coming for you guys. And
he's fun to talk to too.
Yes, he's another XB guy, and we're gonna, we're trying to get out there. We still got some other people we want to talk to and get you guys in here. Don't think that we haven't forgot about people like Will and dude. I haven't even seen Jonathan in a while.
I haven't seen him online in a while either. But like, there's a lot of people we want to talk to. It's so far out we haven't lined it up yet.
Yes, and
it's
there's people like Travis Rake where we want to get him actually in here because it's nice to have people in here.
I've talked to him a bunch, and he said he wants to come out here when it warms up in the spring, when it's done. And I have a feeling that we're going to end up doing a photo shoot together.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's going to be real cool.
You know another thing I would like to do?
What do you want to do?
And I'm going to bring this up to my Chi-Town guys out here. And here's another thing I'm going to bring up, too, to just kind of bring this together. I posted a thing on the Chi-Town page about this and saying how we're going to put this out here. And we got Jim on and how we want to get together. I got one response. Okay? It kind of upsets me a little bit. And the one guy says, well, I would come if it's not too far for me to drive. Okay? Here we are. Okay. Here we are.
Oh God, I hate people.
We just had a guest on who was sitting here talking about how tight the Chicago group was, and this is what I've got now, and it kind of hurts. But I want to bring that back together, just like everybody. And what I'm thinking,
I could probably call like the 8 main people.
Here's what I want to do. We're gonna wait till the weather gets better. We're gonna take these 2 cars and we're gonna push them outside. I want a live audience of a Chi-Town group here.
That would be something.
I think that would be cool. I think it'd be cool for you
guys.
This
is breaking news, too, because he just cracked this idea at me. I haven't even heard this idea
Would
yet.
you guys in Chi-Town... I'm talking to that.
Dude, fuck this.
Will you make the drive?
Chi-Town, try the tri-state area.
Anyway.
Nobody wants to go anywhere. If it's further than an hour, people complain it's too far.
Listen, guys, I know we all got our lives, but you know what? We got to pull this thing together.
Go for a drive.
I'll be a little bit of a jerk, but you know what? I don't care. I need to push you guys a little bit, and just know that I don't mean it personally. It's just to get things going.
No, I don't mind personal to anybody, but in general.
Claudia, every time you have an excuse.
Everybody's got an excuse, except me and you.
Where's Jesse?
Oh, I don't know.
Jesse and his boyfriend.
I don't know.
Where are those guys at? I haven't seen them in forever.
They're around.
Guys, come on. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and lecture, but I just want to give some... Hey.
We want to see
I would not be Oz if I wasn't
scion people.
I wouldn't be Oz if I wasn't giving somebody shit. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for everything. Don't forget to...
like, share, subscribe.
Thank you. And all that. I thank you guys very much for the shares. Help spread the word. We did notice our views going up. Thank you. That means a lot because, like I said, when we get you guys' interest and you guys say that you're out there, it makes it a lot easier. You know, it's like us sitting here talking to a microphone and knowing that, not knowing anybody's out there. It shows us that you're out there, and it makes us want to come in here and do this and push the boundaries because we really,
yes,
we really want to do this.
The higher viewership is quite encouraging. But
so thank you very much. I know I've heard other people talking about sending in the thing for the stickers. Please do. We've got some We've got some other stuff in the works as far as merch goes because we're going to try to keep this going, and we want to be 4K, motherfuckers.
4K?
Could you imagine this?
Can you imagine how bad this garage is going to look in 4K?
I might have to dust if we go 4K.
Dude, people are going to be like, what's with that crap on the walls? Is that rainbow flake on the floor?
Dude, you guys don't know.
Dude, there is fucking flake in here from probably when Joe's car was in here.
Anyway, guys.
It goes everywhere.
Thank you very much for everything.
Yes.
We're listening. So we will see you again in a week with another episode. Just like you guys asked for. You wanted a weekly. We're working on it. We out, guys.
Out. Bye.
What up, y'all? Yeah. Soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Woo! Y'all ain't know. I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco. Representing that 1st and 15. Yeah. And this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally. You know what I'm talking about? So, check it out. First got it when he was 6, didn't know any tricks. Matter of fact, first time he got on it, he slipped, landed on his hip and busted his lip. For a week he had to talk with a list like this. Now we can end the story right here, but shorty didn't quit, it was something in the air. Yeah, he said it was something so appealing, he couldn't fight the feeling, something about it. He knew he couldn't doubt it, couldn't understand it. Branded, since the first kick flip he landed. Labeled a misfit, a bandit. Cocoon, cocoon, cocoon. His neighbors couldn't stand it, so he was banished to the park. Started in the morning, one stopped after dark. Yeah, when they said it's getting late in here, so I'm sorry, young man, there's no skating here. So